Hello, this is NDS83, and welcome to another thrifting with me, NDS83. This time we're at a used store, as we call it in Norwegian, in another area of the world, Norway, mainly in Norway. The reason why I'm here, if you paid attention to my channel, you know that I'm not into thrifting, but I wanted to go here because they have some interesting electronics, like VHS tapes, old radios, old cameras. Usually it's just nips. Usually it's just trinkets and stuff like that. So I want to have a look here at old record players, old loudspeakers, old electronic things, old keyboards. Yes, let's not forget those. Plenty of keyboards around. We'll have a look at some of those. Yes, what a nice place. This is for men, you know. Trinkets and I guess clothing too. Mainly it's a female thing, but you know, electronics, that's for males, that's for guys. Yes, yeah. Recorded some of the prices too. You know, you can divide them by 7 to get the dollar, divide them by 8 to get the euro, divide them by 12 to get the pound. Of course, I'm using currency prices that are static. Of course, it's fluctuating madly in these insane times, and I think the krona is really low now. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, here we got like a recording thing. I think I thought that was interesting. It looked new. No, it didn't look new, but it looked retro. It looked retro, yes. Okay, got some more thing. I don't even know what this is, but it was sold, yes. And then it seems to have like a DJ equipment. I may have stated in earlier videos that I really wished I were a DJ. I love music. I would love to create new music on old music, mix them together, make new meanings, etc. But I'm not good enough for that. Anyway, I found it interesting that they had a note. They had notes on a screen. Again, there's plenty of things here I have no idea what it is. You know, like that adapter thing. And then we got a Blu-ray player, a 3D Blu-ray player. The only type of Blu-ray player I want now is a region-free one. That's the only. If I wanted to buy a Blu-ray player now, it would be a region-free one. But as it turns out, it's pretty difficult to find. I don't even know if there are any. I think there are, but I think it's really difficult to find. Also, I was fascinated with this. It was that it had a television screen, and I thought it must have been a VHS player. But as the big reveal will come later, it was just a regular cassette player. So it's just had a television screen, but no VHS. And also the huge keys also reminded me of a good old fashioned VHR player. Back in the 80s, it looked like that. Believe it or not. More audio equipment, CD players, loudspeakers. I don't know the English word for it. I put it on screen, but it's the enhancer of audio. Lead forsterker is what we call it in Norwegian, but I don't remember what it's called in English. But it's like this thing that you take between your CD recorder and your loudspeaker to make the sound louder. Yeah. Here we got one of those DVD and VHR things, which I know somebody who have one, and I think I want to try to digitalize some VHR tapes. It would be fun to try one of those, but I won't buy that one if I know someone who already has one. I got enough trash. And here we got some PC speakers. And there we got another one of those keyboards with the notes, a note. I don't know if it shows the keys you're pressing or it shows the keys you're supposed to press. It doesn't really matter. I didn't buy it. I did buy something. I'm not going to reveal it, but I did buy something. Yes. But there's plenty of keyboards. I have one at home, but I could most definitely buy a new one. And then here we wondered, what is this? I deducted it to be 2 screens for PC or something. A thing that's supposed to, have 2 PC screens on or something like that. Yes, this was also a clue that there was a cord, a USB cord, and some audio cords. I think it was supposed to be that, but I don't know. More electronics. Of course, not the most interesting types of electronics, just lamps and shades, but electronics nonetheless. Yes, portable DVD players. I don't know what many of the things are like. Invisible speaker, gas alarm. Yes, a game, a 1st of May game, which obviously is some kind of socialist game. There were plenty of games that were in their original packaging, sealed. I thought I was nifty. You had like Trivial Pursuit, an old Trivial Pursuit game, but I didn't buy it. And one of the reasons is that it's probably like, who is the Prime Minister of Norway? And you don't know when the game was even published. It could be like any number of Prime Ministers, right? Who is the President of the United States? Oh, it's Donald Trump. No, it's Bill Clinton. Or I'm pretty sure it's not Biden. That's for sure. Okay, we're moving along. A PC screen, a LED screen. Yes, it seems to be a television screen, and in its original packaging. So I like that when it's in its original packaging. It's not really used, then, is it, at all? It's not secondhand. It's just a guy bought it and then didn't use it. This one too seems to be entirely new. Who would buy that and not use it at all? Hopefully it was just squandering it, not that he surprisingly died or something like that. Sometimes that happens, but I hope it's just a guy who bought it on an impulse and didn't actually find any use for it. I hope he lived and still lives a long and happy life, whoever it was. Yes, I don't know what this is either. I think it was like a graphic card or something, but I don't know. But I had a long, thorough look. GTX Titan. I'm pretty sure it's a graphic card, but I'm not sure. And here we have more things. Head over, I think we call that one. A head over. All the school equipment. Now we use PowerPoints, but back then we had these things. A radio of some kind, I think. A Bluetooth speaker, something like that. It looked Japanese. And here we have what I found most interesting. It's a huge library of movies, CDs, and old games. This is of course the old games, PC games. I don't play PC, but if I did, Football Manager, or lots and lots of football games, you know, insane amount. SingStar ABBA, if I had a PlayStation, could have bought that one, I think. PS3 games. You could buy, I think they had a PS3 and you can like buy the games too. Yeah, because I probably should have done that because I've written a text that I'm supposed to record and make a YouTube video about achievements, and I realized I had no idea about the so-called trophies. And I'm not a PlayStation player, and I'm not one of those people. I see that a lot on Facebook and stuff. People say there's a console war, and then I say, why bother about console wars? Because we can just buy both. And I think, what? No, you can't just buy both. It's too expensive. That don't you have any idea of money? You can't buy an Xbox and a PlayStation and everything, and a PC, and you need to prioritize one console. And I'm saying that as a relatively rich guy, okay? I'm still not gonna buy both of the consoles. I'm sorry, it's not. It does. You can't do that. If you want to, let's do the green argument. You can't buy it because it's not environmentally friendly. Whatever reason, it's stupid. You need to. You can't have two. But I guess if I just to learn about the trophies, I could have bought a PlayStation 3 used. I think they started there, and just perhaps even a PlayStation 4 or a 5. I'm not even sure which one is on now. And experienced how it works. Here's a lot of consoles, you know, GameCube, Wii. I got both of those. PlayStation 1, I think. And there we got Xbox, the original one, and then we got PlayStation 3 there, yes. And then we got a Halo 360. That's a nifty one. I don't know if it works, but I think they tested it. But I wanted to, I think I'm starting to regret that I didn't do that as a research. Just to have one to experience how trophies work. Because as I said, I made a plan on making a video where I talk about achievements, how they were, how they are, and how they could be. Yeah. But I don't know a lot about trophies. I probably should do some testing of it, some research on it. I know it's basically the same as achievements. Is to be honest with you a kind of ripoff. I digress. Of course, you're supposed to focus on the games, but you know, I can't comment on every single game I saw. But the point is, I saw a lot of football games, sport games. People seem to love those. I have never played a FIFA game at all, but I know some people that do, and I don't understand how they can find it funny to play those games. But you know, I guess it is because I care about football in real life too, and so. But I don't, so yeah, lots of games. Yeah, so if I ever return to this shop, I may talk to my wife about whether or not we should buy a PlayStation 2. But I don't have the time, you know. I should publish this video at some point in the future too. So I guess more likely I will just ask if I can borrow a PlayStation from some people I know. I don't know if I know anybody with PlayStation either. I should, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, but I did buy some games here from 360. And it was not FIFA 11, 10, and 12, no. And I was considering Modern Warfare 2. I boycotted Modern Warfare 2 for that stage. I found it repugnant and immoral. And I know people said, oh, but you can just not play it. You even had an option to skip that stage, but no, too vulgar, too perverted for my taste. Also, I don't play quote unquote realistic war games, but yeah. But I was considering just trying it, but no. So yes, I decided I should buy some 360 games. As you can see, all cassettes here though. So I found a Brutal Legend, and then Dead Rising, and then Quantum of Solace. James Bond. I never played a James Bond game, so I bought that one. 50 crowns it cost, so it wasn't cheap. But I guess to a certain extent I felt like I was. When you buy at a thrift store, you're kind of supporting some kind of community thing too. I'm right wing, but of course I believe in taking social responsibilities, helping people out. But I believe in individual responsibility, unlike left wingers who, of course, believe that you should just be taxed and then the government will take care of everything. So yeah. So it Rage, that's the fourth one. Or was it the third one? Yeah, but I bought Brutal Legend too. And I plan on playing them. I looked at the discs and only one of them seemed to be a little shady. I think it's gonna work. Of course, wouldn't have bought it if I didn't even think it would work. DVDs. Lots and lots of DVDs. Of course, I'm not going to comment on every single one of those either, but you know, Cloven is a Danish television show, really popular in Scandinavia, but it's not my humor. I think I haven't even seen it, so I just suspect it's not. And I think it's based on awkward. I don't like that type of comedy, which just is like people breaking social norms and the comedy that ensues when people are quirky, awkward, and I think, although I'm not sure, I think they're also slightly perverted. I think the codes are being broken is in nudity and stuff like that. It's grotesque, I think is the word we're gonna use for it. Again, I haven't seen it. Yeah. Saw movies. It was all very disorganized and it was not in alphabetical order. And to a certain extent, I can understand that. But you know, I was looking for a CD. I was thinking of making a review of a album by our Norwegian rap group called Carpe Diem, who made a video commenting on being a minority in Norway and how awful it is to be a minority in the Western world. As a right winger, I would like to listen to that and of course make some comments on how the solution could be re-immigration. You know, I understand and sympathize with people hating being a minority in a white Western world, and of course they should just move back to their own country. But you know, I wanted to listen to that. But this is children's music. Fly on the wings of love. Those guys won the Melody Grand Prix Eurovision contest. But I was not gonna buy the Carpe Diem, the CD. I'm not gonna support an album filled with. It's a very good album. They are good rappers. They have good samples, great music production value. It's a good album, but I'm not gonna support people who make a lot of hatred towards the Western world, Norwegian culture. I'm not saying you shouldn't, as a minority, be allowed to problematize issues. And in fact, I support them in doing so. But it was clearly what is called anti-white. They even have some songs explicitly almost. Of course, it's art, so you can't say they really are saying that, but they are implying highly about violence toward white people. It's a rap song called Hvite menn som pusher 50, which means white people who who is closing in on being 50, and they rap about beating them up and stuff like that. So I'm not going to support that with money, but I wanted to have it, listen to it from back to back, and make a review of it as a Christian conservative dark lord who really believe in national borders and all those good things, about not opening, not losing the country's national identity by mass immigration and stuff like that. What people call evil. I'm an evil person. For them, of course. I'm not considering myself that. I think it's rather sane. I don't even think minorities really want multiculturalism. Either they want to be that Norway become Pakistani or become Indian or become Chinese, like they become the majority, or they wish to be. I think most people inside their heart feels that multiculturalism or multi-ethnic societies are stressful. I really think they mean that. I was looking at this cassettes because I remember them from my childhood, but I don't have a cassette player anymore, so it would be stupid to buy it. But I was considering it because nostalgia, and I think I would try to digitalize them in some way. Not sure how. I'm sure there are some equipment that can do that. But I really remember those from back in the day. And here's a microscope for 5,000 kronas. Yes, we're closing in on the end of the electronic part of the... This is a Pondus, very popular Norwegian comic. I don't think it's that hot anymore, but back in the day it was huge. I think actually Nemi is slightly more popular internationally because I think goth is more internationally understandable cultural framework. But Pondus is a football player, a guy who loves football and drinks a lot, and I don't know. I didn't find it all that funny, but many Norwegian people did. And there's a Norwegian Disney. I don't know what. And Lord of the Rings official guide for the movies. And some fantasy. It's so weird because this is suddenly the book area. But it seems to be focusing on nerd things. Like they knew that in this area of the store, nerds go, and nerds like electronics, but nerds will also like fantasy books. Because it is this, yeah. Well, now it's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. See you at a later time. Make love, not war. Stay in tune with the universe and God. Jesus loves you very much. Bye bye. Okay, so perhaps it was unclear what games I bought, so let's do a short haul at the end of the video. I bought Rage Anarchy Edition. I'm not sure, but there are like 3 discs inside. I'm not sure what that means. To be honest with you, I have no idea if this is some special edition or... I don't know a lot about this game. I think it was slightly recommended to me from somebody in the past. I don't know if it's just a pure first-person shooter. I don't know anything about this, except it's made by id Software and Bethesda. Yeah, I don't know what it's about. It looks like a Mel Gibson Crazy Mel, no. What's it called? Oh, Mad Max. Mad Max type situation going on. So you might say I bought it blindly, but I've heard of it plenty of times. I just like a game that I've look. They still have even the stickers on or the whatever. So I don't know if I bought a good game or a bad game. I'm not sure, but the disc looks pretty clean. Yeah, I'm not gonna take it out because it was actually kind of difficult to take it out. So that's that one, and then I bought Quantum of Solace. It even seems to have been bought used before. So somebody bought it used and then gave it away. So this must be the third hand to this game. I'm gonna wash it too, I think. I'm gonna wash these games before I put them in the shelf. Now I'm not sure if I bought the right game because I know it's a specific game I was hoping this was, but I'm not sure if it is. Where it's like he gets shots in the beginning and then we're having flashbacks to earlier missions. I don't know if this is the game that I'm thinking of, or if this is just if this is just by the number retelling of Quantum of Solace. I'll find out. And then Dead Rising. I actually have this one on Xbox One. I got it for free on Xbox Gold thing. Which reminds me, I probably should check out if there's any gold games I haven't said yes to right now. One moment. Darkwood. I already claimed Darkwood, but when the past was around, I don't think I've claimed that one. I'm gonna claim that one now. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna play it, but I'm gonna say yes to it, and then I'm gonna stop the download because I'm probably never ever gonna play it. That's how I do it. Cancel installation, yes, because then you can always get it. Back to this one. I have it on Xbox One. I played it shortly. I bought it from a friend way back. I think it was even before I had an online account. But I think I'm gonna continue to play it on Xbox 360 too. At least that's why I bought it. And the last game that I bought was Brutal Legend. Not a huge fan of the character who is the voice actor here. What's he called again? He's called as much as, Tenacious D, Jack Black. Not a huge fan of him. But I've heard a lot about this game. People seem to have enjoyed it. I think it is real-time strategy game. When you buy, I realize now that when you buy things, actually it seems to be the norm that people aren't actually pulling off these stickers. Why is that? I may have bought the games from the same person. That the same person who owned that other game owned this one too. Because I always pull these off. I don't know why they don't. But fine. Yeah. Real-time strategy game. Don't know if you're gonna enjoy it, but when you buy it for 40 kronas, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. I'm not sure if I could have bought any. I think I could have bought this one. I think I could have bought on Xbox Live. But I think at least this one. I don't think there's any 007 games that you actually can buy online. So, but I think I could have gotten the other games online. But this game, I'm not sure, but I don't think I could have bought this on Xbox Live. Well, that was the haul. It's fun to see that there's actually one thrift store in Norway that actually has electronic games or something like that. not just things that are you know, I said it before. Basically, it's a lot of trinkets, you know, things to for women, clothing, stuff like that. Very few places I've seen have actually games. Why that is, I have no idea, and I don't really care, because now we got this, and if I like them, I'm gonna play them. If I don't like them, then I have supported some thrift store. I haven't contributing to more pollution in this world. That's not how why I do it. I just someone dragged me to the store. That's why I bought them, and then I realized that I could buy these games. Well, see you next time. Maybe on a thrift store, maybe somewhere else. Bye bye. Ice cream, yum! Slay, slay, slay! Ice cream, yum!